Well, it affects us in a great way. I think that's maybe even underestimated in what kind of value it has in our everyday life. But I was thinking about it, and I kind of came to the conclusion that not only shapes our value, but maybe it makes them. That the art is the root of our values, or some of it, because it has the power to transform our ideas and transcend us onto some different space when we interact with them. It's a language on its own. So I would say that it has a great effect on our values. So I'm from Croatia. I'm coming from a small town on the coast of Istria region called Rovinj. It's opposite from Italy, just for the easiest to find it. So I was surrounded since I was little with a lot of foreigners, because it's a very touristic town, Rovinj. And since I was little, when I was 6, I started doing postcards every winter, and I would be selling to the foreigners. And now when I had to sort of think about these questions, I realized that this was maybe the base of who am I today, to have this sort of stability of work and communicating, with foreigners. But me being a Croatian, like a nationality, I never thought it sort of added or extracted anything from my work. But since coming to Lithuania, I realized that I started looking back to Croatia and what it can give, to my work, and then trying to implement it. If I'm doing this successfully, I don't know, the viewer is going to decide this. But yeah, I think it definitely now more and more it's coming this Croatian, in me while I'm in Lithuania. Definitely, yeah. I think because before I was, if you would see my artworks from 6-7 years ago, it was completely different. But since I came to Lithuania, I have a feeling like something open to me. I'm using a lot of light spaces, a lot of white. And I think it comes, and a lot of these, for example, different objects on the painting that we will see on, MENO MUGὼ. But I think it comes from, having this Lithuanian, English, and, Croatian in me. So it's sort of, I have a feeling that there is this chaos that I'm trying to, balance, the painting. Represents it's difficult not to have an artwork in front of me too, but what I would say that it represents maybe the balance. This is the big part of the process when I'm doing artworks, where sort of I have feeling that I'm making chaos on purpose, and then I am finally in control to create a balance. Which I sort of, in everyday life, you always often feel especially since I came to Lithuania, I feel like I'm just here some object that's, very static, and all these things are happening around me, and I'm unable to untangle them. But painting gives me this, opportunity to maybe, as an artist, be in control and to create sort of this environment and of balance. I think I would say life, in a way. I tried to sort of sum it up but it was very difficult, because I've never been this sort of artist that would, I know that a lot of other artists, they say, oh, I take a book and before I start working, I go through the pages of another artist, but I never found this as that it would add anything valuable to my art, because I don't know, it just doesn't inspire me this way. So I sort of started programming my life to just live in and observe the reality around me in maybe artistic way, and to take something from this and implement it into my paintings. It means a great deal. I often have a feeling like it's this invisible partner next to me. That's I don't even know where art stops and where life begins. It's very entangled. So it means everything. I'm able through artwork to produce my legacy, to record, my time here on this earth, and to produce something that's one day or another we're gonna have some value. So yeah. I use most of it. Depends if I'm doing canvases. I'm using acrylic, but I'm also trying to make these acrylics look like a watercolor. But it's not a watercolor. But if I'm working on paper, then I try to combine watercolors with acrylic, and now recently I started with soft pastels and with pencils. I'm trying to use every aspect of. I don't really want to sort of just oil or something to combine.